Let's go ahead and take a look at the particle next. We looked at it last week when we were going through the different types of updates we had for the basic particle pieces. This time around, we're going to take a look at the trail that goes at the end of it. So before we look at the trail, let's go ahead and go to the, if you're using the little rock piece, let's go ahead and change the lifetime for it here. I'm going to take the lifetime up so that they're at least going for about a second going down through there. Alright, and then also with that, let's go ahead and change our emission rate and up the max rate on here, and we'll take this up to about 10. Let's see, we'll go for about there. Alright, so if we go back down to our trails now, the trail is just going to be a little image that gets included at the end of each of the particle pieces. So if you enable it, what you should see is just a bunch of trails coming down from it. Alright, the image itself right now is just a circle. Eventually you'll be able to add your own to it. There is a ratio amount, so saying 100% of all particles that are being emitted, each one of them gets a trail. If you took it down to, for instance, 1, we could say 1 out of all the groups that come get 1. If you take it up to about 50%, you're saying about a half of them are going to be getting them coming through. So this is just taking it and changing that side of it. Alright. World space is just saying that do you want the particles and the trails to be considered as world space where they move inside the scene. The lifetime is how long each one of these lasts. So you can actually have the trail, we'll do this as a for instance here, I could have the trail last really short amount of time so that they actually don't last the full amount of time as they go down. You can have them last longer than the particles themselves, where they actually hang out for a while there. Alright, so we'll keep this around 1 since the other one was around there. Alright, the other options for these, and then we're just kind of going through this so you can get an idea of what's available to you. The other option here is going to be size affects the lifetime, and that's basically the size of the actual particle is just going to be on a curve to find out how long these could stay. The Vertex Distance is saying, do you notice the little shakiness that happens when these come down? It's going to be how often does this image get created to give you a smooth curve to it. The larger you go, it's just going to be a one long block, so it's kind of a blocky fill as it comes down. If you go really small with it, you're going to notice when it comes down, it's really smooth. Alright, we'll take this up to about 5 or 6 there. Also with this, you can do die with particle, meaning that when the particle disappears, the end of the tail just simply disappears with it. Stretch mode allows you to change how these are actually being viewed, so you can actually do it so that you have that repeating pattern of seeing the actual image. Or you can do the different ones to be able to see them stretched and stuff in it. Inheriting the particle color just means that it's going to take this color and use that as its initial start color. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll finish off on this, and then we'll just go through nice and slow and make sure we work our way through these so you can understand what they do and how they work.